All right, morning, y'all. Let's get this show on the road. So, we're going to start where we left off. Do a bit of review. Why we're studying ancient Greece in the first place. Why am I bothering to teach you guys this? Because it's important that you know the basis of our civilization, why we are why we are. It will really help explain a lot of things to you that you don't understand otherwise. Makes the world easier to understand. So, Western civilization has its basis in ancient Greece. Democracy, the form of government that we practice in the United States and most of the wider world, started in ancient Greece. Law, as we know it, has its foundation in Greek and Roman history. That's why if you go to courtrooms, you'll see things written in Latin. Art, we still use Greek plays as movies, Greek stories as movies. We still read their books. We still watch their plays. Like I said, we still make sculptures in the same style that the ancient Greeks and Romans made them. We use Latin as a language, which is Roman, the language of the ancient Romans, and many of our letters and words are Greek, have Greek origin as well. The alphabet, alpha and beta, are both Greek letters. So if you combine them and you make alphabet, which stands for the alphabet, obviously. And then philosophy and science as well. The scientific method, philosophical ideas about right and wrong, injustice, all those types of things came from Greece. And they flourish and are alive well and today in the society that we all experience and live in. So that's why we're learning about it. So this is where it is on a map. We got United States over here with Canada, Africa, Europe, Asia. It's located within Europe, Southern Europe in a peninsula. Okay, so like all civilizations, geography shaped life in Greece. Everyone is always, living the way their environment allows them. And so Mediterranean climate is the climate in Greece. The Mediterranean climate has mild winters. It never really snows. If it snows, it's very rare. The winters are kind of more like the rainy season. And I put the comma in the wrong spot there, but the hot, dry summers. Summers are hot and they're very dry. It's really beautiful. The Mediterranean climate is really easy to live in due to its lack of hardcore winter. It's a fabulous place. Greece is beautiful. I visited there, and it's got wonderful weather. It also has rugged, mountainous terrain. It's a peninsula that juts out into the Mediterranean Sea, like I explained to you guys and showed you in the map. And it's just riddled with mountains, covered in mountains. And the mountains are really hard to traverse. Makes it hard to move around. It's also an archipelago, which means it's got like hundreds and hundreds and thousands of islands. Not hundreds of thousands, but hundreds, if not thousands. I think 2,000 Greek islands. So there we go. Not even hundreds. The Ionian Sea and the Aegean Sea are both seas in the Mediterranean. So they're just smaller names. Aegean and Ionian Seas would probably only be called that in reference to Greece. So the geography made it very difficult to unite the Greeks under a single government. And because of this, many individual city-states developed. Roughly 1,500 individual governments existed inside of what is now modern-day Greece. which is a single country. So it was very divided. And this was because of the mountains and all that kind of stuff. It made it very difficult to travel. So because of all of the fractured governments within Greece, most of them only ever had about one or a handful of cities. So they became known as Greek city-states because it would just be a few cities together that would form a state instead of like a whole country like we think of it nowadays. So they would have been tiny. The city-states were referred to as polises. The polis is where Minneapolis gets its name because polis is a city, so Minneapolis is a city, and then Minnesota, so you mix Minnesota with polis, you get Minneapolis. Polis refers to city. A plural of polis is polis. You'll see that come up later. So here are some words today which are derived from polis and that we use. Politics, policy, the police, the polis. And then metropolis, metro is meaning like a very crammed in, so that would be like a big city, a metropolitan. Cosmopolitan, you guys get the picture. Okay, so now we've got the Parthenon in Athens. This beautiful building right here, and located in the upper city. You can see it's called the upper city because it's on this big cliff and it rises above the rest of the city of Athens. Here's another nice picture. I didn't take these photos, but I was at the Parthenon one time on vacation. Super cool. Oops. So it's the Acropolis, which equals the upper city, because polis is the city, acro means upper, so the Acropolis. And this is Athens, Greece, which is the modern day capital of Greece. It's located right here at the end of this dot. I would show it at a zoomed up picture kind of, but it's located on the coast. Just another map of Greece. Oops. And then, as you can see, so when we're talking about Greece, we're talking about basically this area. All of these islands, this country right here, all of it. And in the ancient days, some Greek cities were located in Turkey because that was still Greek. So here's that star with Athens, it's the largest and most powerful of the Greek city-states. It's the one that democracy was born within. So that's the one that we'll be talking about the most. Oops, I put those in the wrong order. That arrow was supposed to point to there, where Athens is, right in the bay, a nice harbor. And they get access to, they got right here. So here's Athens. And then, okay, there we go. There's the map. And then Sparta. Sparta is the other largest Greek city-state. They were the enemy of Athens a lot. They fought a lot of wars against each other. And the Spartans were renowned for having a really powerful and deadly military. Oops. Let's see how long this video is going. 9.5 minutes. Cool. So we still got some time. Okay, so finally figured out how to pick up where I left off. All right, so we've got Athens, we've got their rival Sparta. Oh my goodness, what have I done? You wait longer. Okay, I want this slide. What is going on? So we got Athens and Sparta, we fight a bunch. Whatever. I guess we're not going to see that slide. I don't understand. So Greek city-states took many forms. As a result of the geography, the city-states were really isolated from each other, and because they're isolated, they had a lot of differences. So we're going to end today talking about the different types of governments that formed within ancient Greece. So we have monarchy, which is pretty popular. This is certainly not unique to Greece. All ancient civilizations had monarchies, which were just kings and queens. Pretty simple stuff. One person rules. Leadership's passed on through the blood. Then we start getting into some more complicated forms of government that we found in ancient Greece. One was an aristocracy, and that is a dictatorship in which a few educated or wealthy people make all the decisions. These are cities like Alexandria, Corinth had an aristocracy. Then we have oligarchies. This is Sparta's form of government. A dictatorship in which a small group with the backing of the military makes all the decisions. So basically, it is like a small council of generals or something like that who decide everything. In Sparta, they often had a king or a queen, but they did not have the power like you would think. They had to share power with the council. And then in democracy, this is the form of government we all practice here in the United States. We love so much. It's a government run by the people, and that was started in Athens. Athens was often fighting Sparta, so it was oligarchy versus democracy, a small group versus the whole city of decisions in Athens. But there are some different types of democracy. A direct democracy, this is where people make the decisions directly. They don't elect representatives. So it would be, are we going to go to war with Sparta? Every single person in Athens who can vote votes. Whereas a representative democracy, the Senate would vote. And the Senate is elected to represent the people instead of the people themselves getting to vote. Their electors vote. And that's what we have in the United States. That's why your congressmen and your senators write the laws, and then we just vote them in and out. We don't actually participate in making the laws. So those are the difference between a direct and a representative democracy. And this whole slide is kind of important for the notes. So you're going to have to write all this stuff down. And that's what we're going to call it today. So thanks y'all for watching. I'll get this posted. Sorry it took so long, and have a great day.